He was just divinely orchestrated to be my child. We are very different than each other. There's so many things I've learned by being Rob's mom. As a child, he never played. I'm quite a playful person, so we spent a lot of time just getting on the floor trying to learn how to play together. As a mom, I'd focused on all these amazing things that he could do because he had some skills that were just off the charts. And so, of course, proud mom, look what my son can do. And it took me a while to start looking at what other moms' kids were doing and realizing, oh, there's some disconnect here. So I had taken him to a child psychologist, and he gave me this piece of paper, and it was like someone described my child word for word. And I just looked at him and I said, what is that? And he said, that's autism.
When I found out I was diagnosed with autism, I was in the basement watching TV, and she told me about what people with autism are like, and my behavior and the way I thought and brain functioned, everything started to make sense.
I remember watching Rain Man and thinking, oh, I am not going to be watching Judge Wapner every day at 3 o'clock. That is not what we're going to do because routine is so important. So I learned, I just spent probably 5 years. My life was autism. I learned as much as I could.
I saw myself as being much different from the other kids, knowing now that I had autism. And so I started thinking of autism as a curse instead of just a uniqueness about myself. I felt like I was inferior to everybody else. It was a horrible feeling. I had developed the handicraft that says, I'm not wanted because I have autism.
He wanted to fit in and be accepted and be part of the cool crowd. People didn't understand him, and they weren't able to take the time to figure out what makes Rob tick, what are some of the support things so that he can be successful, and they didn't want to take the time to realize what a gem he is. INCIGHT sees that.
A friend of my mom told me about INCIGHT. I turned the application in. A few months later, I got the scholarship money. I was a scholarship recipient. Everybody at INCIGHT brings something to the table that is so vital. When Dan told me that I would be getting a paid internship, I told Mom, and I remember she said, no way. No way! Woohoo! He's a working man! Autism isn't who I am. I'm not going to make autism a label for myself.
It is a very low percentage of people with autism that are able to enter the workforce. And I think it's because employers do not understand some of the little idiosyncrasies that to make them be successful.
I told INCIGHT about going on my trip to India, and I told them that I needed funding, $5,000 to be exact. Dan Fries suggested to me that I make a video that I post along with a campaign page.
Will you help me?
I was so excited to do it because this is my chance to prove the kind of creativity I have.
I was convinced that having big dreams was pointless. I would fill my head with can'ts. I can't communicate, I can't make friends, I can't make an impact. Then I connected with INCIGHT, my current workplace, who encouraged me, challenged me, and gave me the confidence to dream big.
That was so great to watch how they just pointed him in the right direction, but it spoke volumes of the confidence they had in him as someone capable of being able to do this on his own.
Now my dream may be taken to India.
The team was so excited to be able to have Rob be there and play a leading role in the lives of these individuals.
INCIGHT has helped me get even more out of my shell and to be a part of something that's bigger than me.
There's something that he brought that nobody else could, and I love that. This organization takes people with a disability, and it says, you're worth something. You matter in this world, and you have a purpose, and there's something that you can contribute.
Being part of an organization that helps unlock the potential of people with disability is very sobering in a way that it helps society wake up and say, you know what? Everybody has potential that gets locked up sometimes. I'm just so thankful that INCIGHT has stepped in our lives.
There's nothing that can compare to being Rob's mom. It is the joy of my life. It's the greatest thing I've ever done.